Okay. Um, good evening, all, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Good evening. And I want to use this opportunity to say compliment of the season. I think
Thank
I
you,
need to mute.
madam. Good evening, madam. Merry Christmas in advance.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Compliment of the season, sir. You're eating your salad. We can see you. You can share. That's okay.
For you.
Okay, sir. Compliment of the season.
Same to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Okay. First of all, good evening, and once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna show up today because today is Wednesday and is the eve of Christmas. So maybe some people are busy wrapping Christmas presents. Maybe they're in church. I know that a lot of people go to church the eve of Christmas, etc. So it's just for the sake of completion that I promised myself that I'm never gonna break this class. I will show up, and even if it's one person, it will be good enough for me to continue. So that is why I am here. So once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday, and thank you so much for coming. All right, so we are going to get started. Sir, you're really displaying your food though. Everybody's I know that you did fasting from morning till night, otherwise you can't eat now. But the way you're torturing us when we are trying to do fasting, Oga, it's not fair. It's not fair. So no problem. No problem, sir. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your food. All right. So I'm not going to waste much of your time. Today's needless to say, it's just for me to show up and then also to wish you compliment of the season. And today's lecture is on mental health. Just a few words on mental health, and we will go on and continue and wait for the season, which is tomorrow. So something happened. As you know me, my own everything is about a story. The first client called me, and he said that he doesn't understand how he's feeling. His blood pressure, his blood sugar that was normal for the past few days, he has not seen anything less than 11. So I said, okay, you've not seen anything less than 11. And he usually sees between 4 and 7. So I now told him to come into the clinic. So he came in and we did a little bit of interview. And towards the end, he says, I'm just so stressed out. I'm just so tired. And I'm just the demands. This country is not working. This, that. And I said, sir, you've been doing everything the same way, exercising the same way, taking your same medication. All of a sudden, everything you've been doing is not working again. There's a reason. And it's because of just a shift in mental health. So as we'll see through the lecture, just a small shift in mental health can actually totally alter your health. So that is the client. Then another one came to the Lagos office and his complaint is the same. He said his BP used to fluctuate, but this time it is constantly 180 over, the diastolic is actually good, 180 over 80, 180 over 70, something 180. So he cannot get it below 180. come to find out, and he says, I exercise, I do this, I do that. He's not on blood pressure medication yet. To God be the glory. We just help that one to sleep. But at the end of the day, he also say, this Christmas period, the demands are too much, this, that. Thank God for the high blood pressure. He canceled his trip to the village because he was about to go to the village. So apart from the two examples I have shared with you, where just this season is bringing so much pressure on certain people, and the pressure is not only from the giving, there are some people that have pressure of, I supposed to get. So they work themselves up. This person is supposed to give me, like somebody, one hairdresser that I went to her salon only once. I don't saying that up till now, that is the language I did not like. Up till now, she has not received my bag of rice and oil. Up till now, she has not received my bag of rice and oil, and she doesn't understand what kind of Christmas is this. They say, wait, so you can know that even on the receiving end, people are also bitter. So the bitterness is not only from people that are having the pressure to give. There's also bitterness in the people that are expectant, that are not receiving. For example, maybe this person should have enough money to be giving us all kinds of hampers and stuff. You don't know the person's back end situation. So there's a lot of pressure around this time. But where I'm heading to is this: whether it's Christmas period or the stories I have told you or not, you can see that demands of life can actually alter our mental health. And once our mental health is altered, it opens door to all kinds of diseases. So I'm just here, just a very brief talk to let you know that for those of you that are having Christmas pressure or this season's pressure, leave it alone. I'll tell you some coping mechanisms. Number one, if you could, you would have. If you could, you would have. That is number one. The second one for me, and the biggest one, is that you still have the whole year to make it up. So for example, if you cannot give this person this thing during Christmas, the person's birthday is coming, you can give. Trust me, anybody will forgive you if on Valentine's Day, which is the 14th, you show up and said, you know what, I didn't give you something during the Christmas time, but this is a Valentine's Day. I still want to show you that I love you and I care for you. Then the person's birthday is still coming in this year. So there's a lot of opportunity to actually, there's a lot of opportunity to make it up all through the year. So please, I want to plead with you, don't get anxiety, don't get blood pressure, don't get any of that one. And then even going through the year, you will see that periods will come when the demands of life will be more than your resources. The demands of life are almost always higher than resources. Even if it's not your own personal life, the people surrounding you, there's so much demands. And if it is higher than your resources, whether you know it or not, like those patients that came to us, is affecting your health. So please, even if anything from this lecture, I want you to calm down, know that if you could, you would have. And then also know that you have all year long to make up, just in case you did not receive or just in case you could not give. So that is that as my opening remark. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm going to be all done in less than 10 minutes. Today is going to be the shortest lecture you have ever seen me do. And honestly, as I said before, I showed up because this is not a commitment to you alone. It's actually a commitment to God that I will show up all the time, and God has been really helping me to make sure that I show up. So let me share my screen. Okay, so it's actually a long lecture, but I'm only going to the part that I want to talk about today and then take it from there. Hold on a second. All righty. So here we go. All right. So this is on mental health, as I talked to you about. I think it pays for us to know what is mental health. Okay. But before we know what is mental health, if you have a mental health disorder, this is it. So you can see mental health comes from many places. Stress, the brain on its own, social connection, anxiety, depression, sadness, training or lack of training, sickness can bring mental health. Because when you're sick, you feel like you don't have enough resources, maybe energy to cope. And they say that everybody that is well have many things on their mind, but somebody who is sick mostly just have that one sickness, and how to get rid of the sickness. So this is a true picture of mental health. It can come from any of these places to shift your mental health. So I want to ask that no matter what happens in this period, that you don't allow your mental health to be shifted or altered. And unfortunately, if it's gone already, we'll find a way to fix it back. Just know the definition of mental health, because mental health is popular. It just says that if you're unable to, number one, realize your abilities, if you're unable to cope with normal stress of life, because normal stress of life will always be there. But if you're unable to cope, then you have mental health problem. And then if you cannot work productively, there's a chance that you have a mental health problem. And if you're not able to contribute to your community, then that can bring mental. So let me read. It says, according to WHO, mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes their abilities. That individual can cope with normal stress of life, can work productively, and is able to contribute to their community. So anything outside of that, WHO says you have a bit of mental health issues. And you can now see that if you don't have a really good mental health, it will affect your well-being, it will affect family harmony, affect workplace, productivity, and even development, including national development. So that's that about mental health. As I said earlier, it will affect your health in chronic health diseases. It will lead to substance abuse and even burnout. Okay. All right. So I said I'm going to just say the most important part on this to keep it very short. I told you I want to do just a 10-minute lecture so that we can continue on our Christmas Eve activities. So of course, you already know if somebody has mental health problem, stress will be there, burnout, depression, sleep disorders. Yes, another example. I gave you two examples. The person who came to the clinic and the sugar level cannot come down, and nothing changed except the demands of life during this Christmas period. I also have another person who is not even does not have blood pressure, and the blood pressure just will not come down below 180 over maybe 80 because of demands of life. Another one is that a very highly placed person in the community, also in our country, called me and says, Dr. Susan, I don't know if your clinic does this, but I just need something to shut down and even shut out. I'm like, oh, you don't, like, why shut down and shut out? Says, I've not slept in 3 days. There's so much to be done. I am moving from here to here, and then I'm going to move from here to here, and I'm not going to see my family in Christmas. But I just need to shut down and even shut out. So it was the shut out part that got me. So I now told the person that, okay, let me see what I can do. To God be the glory, we found something for the person to, use to calm down a bit, because there's something called executive stress. Sometimes it's better for you to just find a way to. So I just called the clinic, and they sent him something, took care of him. By God's grace, he's okay. If he stays in that state, you open up doors for cancers, hypertension, poor skin, all these people that have heart issues, stroke is everywhere. It could be something as simple as just mental health that is not perfect. So I just want to let you know that, let me just go to the last part of my slide. I want to let you know that mental health is real and it hurts. Now, what can you do to cope during this time for mental health? I'll tell you a few things that can help you. Yes, if you eat well, physical activity, sleep well, get some sunlight, have a stress management mechanism, all of this can actually help you. But I'll tell you what helps the most. So for me, actually at the top of managing stress and mental health, number one is just force yourself and sleep it off. Force yourself and sleep it off. It may not be easy, but sleep actually helps mental health. Now, how would you sleep? There's something called the God factor. Like, you can actually pray and say, God, you know what? Help me handle this. We sometimes forget to pray. I can't handle this. So if you give it back to God, God, I can't help me with this load. No matter how tiny or how big the load is, you can actually, because in our type of medicine, we believe in the God factor. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Susanna. I'm a lifestyle medicine professional. I did lifestyle medicine in Harvard. And then also, I have a master's in preventive and promotional medicine. So my obsession is in preventive and promotional medicine, because I realize that every single class, new people come and they don't know me and they don't know my background. So my core obsession is that I don't want anybody to sick. I believe in a sickness-free body. I believe in a sickness-free world. I also believe that there are so many things we can do so that we don't even get sick in the first place. Now, the internet and many people have a lot to say on the subject matter, but why people keep showing up for the Dr. Physics class is that we are using only evidence-based, especially from data we have collected over the past 10 years and the experience we've had in the country. So in-country experience, in-country data, not some internet said, no. So anything we tell you is what we've practiced in the clinic and what we've seen work. So try to get some sleep during this period. You can try tea like chamomile tea. In the clinic, we have sleep deep tea. You can just force yourself and sleep. It will help you out. So that is one. I talked about the God factor. You can actually pray, like, God, you know what? I can't handle this. I don't have the resources. Help me. My own is that you must not be sick. So anything we will do to keep you well, that is what we are going to do. Hydrating. When we are in anxiety, we tend not to drink. So you can drink more water, eat a little bit healthier, managing stress. For managing stress, there are many ways. This is not a stress management class. We will do that another day. But deep breathing exercises, which we have taught. I'll tell you what helps me, Dr. Susan, manage my stress. I journal. I just remove it from my head. I put it on paper because I believe God can see it better on paper, because inside my head, many things. Maybe something is covering another. I just offload it from my head onto a piece of paper. So it works so well. When you journal, you offload. And then also plan on paper. Okay, another client called me, also Christmas stress. And sorry, I'm using the Christmas stress, but stress, as I said, it can come from an existing sickness. It can come from lack of finance. It can come from a family member. It can come from environmental. It can come from where you are. It can come from spirit. It can come from anywhere. Stress can come. Coping mechanisms are almost the same. So if directly you're not overly affected by the stress of the season, pardon me for using the stress of the season over and over again, but it's the same thing. Stressors are stressors, mental health is mental health, and the coping mechanisms are pretty much the same. So managing stress, as I said, journaling helps, deep breathing exercises help, mindfulness. There's another one, it's called cognitive behavior therapy, whereby you replace whatever is disturbing you with a positive thought. So, for example, you want to give somebody a hamper, but you cannot afford it. You can even still say that the person loves me, even if I cannot afford a hamper. Hey, you lie to yourself in that direction long enough, you might turn it to be the truth, end up being the truth, because guess what? This will allow you to not get sick, but it can also allow you to postpone, etc. So whatever works for you, many people have different stress coping mechanisms. We should all have different ones. When the stress is high, people tend to drink. So you can cut the drink. People tend not to sleep. Please sleep. They don't drink water. Please drink water. If you used to smoke, people smoke more during high stress period. And I know that, on the subject, on this lecture, we are mostly talking about mental health. So like that. So that being said, seek help if it is too much. Seek help if it is too much. You can just have somebody to talk to. So you can call me. You can just get somebody who looks like he or she is doing better than you and talk to the person, because sometimes you might call the person and think the person is doing better than you. There's a high chance that you're even doing better than the person. So, social connection, community, actually also help to manage that. So that being said, let us I've already talked to when you can speak to the professional. So that's the end of today's lecture. So just for the sake of completion, every single Wednesday, we remind all of us that please try and rest as medicine. Pay attention to your energy levels. Okay, do your deep breathing exercise, take your oxygen as medicine, drink your water as medicine. Drink your water as medicine. A client called me the other day. The son was having like chest pain, angina, a lot of issues. And now say, as they're taking this boy to the hospital, find a way to push down at least a 75 cl bottle of water inside this boy. Give the person water to drink. So the person gave the boy water to drink. To God be the glory. The pain that was 10/10, by the time they got to the hospital, it was 3/10. So it means that water, I now asked the woman, once we get to the hospital, what do you think the first thing they'll do to the boy? He said they are going to put a drip. I said, what do you think is the usefulness of the drink? To hydrate the patient. I said, so start the hydrating now. Find a way. So please drink your water medicinally. Eat your food as medicine. No day should pass without eating something a little bit raw. Stay away from processed food. Okay? Exercise and do your detoxification. We have a lecture on detox, but at least you can do the wellness detox, where we do fasting from morning till evening, and we break from around 6 p.m. with mostly raw, green, healthy food. And then we also have food detox, colonic detox, and all kinds of detox. So I want this lecture to be very short and brief. So because of that, I'm going to cut it off here. And then hang on one second. And then we will now take it from there. Stop. All right. So that being said, we will go back to the here. Let me see how I'm doing on time. Okay, I made it. I wanted it to be done before 8:30. So we did it in half the time. I just want to thank you so much for 27 people to show up on this platform. And I know that there are many other people on the YouTube platform on this day. For me, it's a big deal that because I did not expect to see anybody. It's Christmas Eve. But you know what? For me, I was like, I will show up even if nobody does. When I saw 4 people in the beginning, I was okay with 4 people. But to see that almost 30 people on the Zoom and people are still joining, and then we have so many people already on the YouTube platform, I want to just thank you. And I want to say that for you showing up for your health today, my God will not leave you. God of good health will not leave you, because God says, above all else, I wish that ye be in health and prosper. So my greatest wish for you, and it will remain my greatest wish, that you will not know any form of sickness in the coming year. You enjoy your body, and you use your body and enjoy your contribution to humanity. You will reap the fruit of your labor. So these are all my prayers for you. So thank you so much. I know that I tried to make the lecture very short. I just hope I passed my message. My message is that something called mental health exists. We will do a more elaborate lecture on mental health. I defined mental health. I also said that mental health is higher or highest during times of expectation, pressure like this. And mental health actually affects not just the mental health, but it also affects the whole body, the whole system. Like I cited hypertension, I cited diabetes, I cited cancer, I cited insomnia, people that cannot sleep. I cited a lot of things, all from mental health, especially from the pressure of the season. So once again, thank you so much for your time. I pray that God will help you cope. And that's it. So if you have any comments, question, we can take it from there. Thank you. Hello. Okay. So I don't know if there's any question or comment. Let me look at the amen, amen. Yes, Asa, go ahead.
So I think one important thing about this issue that people should cut their coats according to their clothes, according to their money. There are some people that have this kind of entitlement mentality. I'm entitled to this. And most of the time you want to please them. And sometimes you have this kind of thing that you have been given, You are ashamed of not saying that I don't have now, which is affecting everyone in Nigeria. I think the one thing about this is that to be able to make up your mind and say, I don't have now, I don't have, then stressing yourself and going beyond your limits. Because if you are not available, if you are sick, all of the people will enjoy why you are sick. So why feel sickness for yourself because you want to please them? My advice on that is that people should live a very simple life and enjoy themselves. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much for that contribution. As you said, we should not give ourselves undue pressure, not only for the Christmas, even in general, because what will be will be. And as I said, if you could, you would have. You're a good person. And even in fact, they say that God sees their heart. For the fact that you really want to, and for some reason you cannot, honestly, you're already blessed by that. Your enemy or friend may not know the pressures that you're going through because at the moment, you're not able to give. So, like Oga said, cut your coat according to your size. And I think we can learn from that. Um, I also have another friend who she's a female. She keeps promising people things everywhere. And I told her, you need to calm down with always promising because you will not be able to keep with all of this. Anyway, she's a little bit of a politician of some kind. So I guess in their own in their style, in some of them, because they have, I know a few very good politicians, a few, but maybe she's used to hearing people talking anyhow. And she just keeps, oh, don't worry, I will see you, I will see you. And all these expectations are created. I don't know. So, but anyway, God will wait for us. So thank you so much for your contribution. People are hurting this time. People are hurting. People are really hurting. And as I said earlier, both from the I don't have enough to give and I'm not getting. You cannot believe that so many people getting hurt because they did not get, because there was an expectation. For those people, we also pray for them and then find a way to meet them during the year. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so please, Mark, can mental stress be inherited? Yes, it can be inherited. In fact, it can be because one of the contributors to mental stress is actually environmental. Now, I know that when you say inherited, you might think, okay, maybe like a DNA type passing. It's monkey see, monkey do, and it's mental. If you're in an environment where your father and mother or everybody surrounding you have a certain lifestyle, you can pick some of the things that you will not know, and then you just inherit it by proximity. So I don't know, maybe that's the kind of inheritance or in that you're talking about. But yes, it can be passed on. Then too, if you have a father or a mother who is very quiet, understanding, always explaining, there's also a high chance that you'll be very quiet, understanding. Like you might pick, not all children end up like their parent. So, but if you have a very high stress father and mother that you're coming from, everything is drama, there's a high chance that you will pick it. Except to deliberately remove yourself from there. Even in hypertension, diabetes, my mom, you all know my mother's story, her diabetes, my dad, hypertension. I still don't have high blood pressure. I still don't have diabetes. So, because I've made sure that I don't have it. So, instead of me to just relax, maybe do what they did, I don't exercise, I don't eat well, then I will get it because I inherited. So, the point is that you can, yes, some diseases can be inherited, but you can't deliberately. In fact, there's a book that says you can change your DNA, you can alter it completely. But it's not the lecture for it. Maybe I'll find another day. So thank you so much for that question.
Hello, ma. I think what you're talking about is that sometimes there is like madness family, and one way or the other within the some families they say madness comes there, and within the lower weak link in the family line, you will eventually get somebody who run into that problem. Just like suicide, people that commit suicide too. Sometimes you find a situation whereby they say it runs the family, and then they wonder why a man who is rich, who is something to commit suicide for little matter. There's somebody who answer that it happened to his grandfather or something of that
Yes.
nature.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're absolute. Thank you so much for sharing. That's a classic example. And you wonder why, and you don't know that suicide is in the family. So, and what is suicide? It's still on mental health. So, yes, it can be inherited. It can actually be inherited. I just want to thank you so much. This had been, for me, you people have helped me honor God. You've helped me glorify God with my talent. And I can't show up to this platform and nobody's here. But for the fact that every single Wednesday you show up here, um, thank you. And I just pray that over the years, over this, lectures that we have done, at least you have picked up one or two things. And I know that even if you did not pick up anything, a lot of people have picked up better water drinking habits, better sleeping habits. At least even if you don't know it, you know some things that you're supposed to do to not even get sick in the first place. So I promise today will be till 8:30. We've used 7 minutes to do question and answer. I want you to continue with your Christmas Eve activities. And me too, I wanted to join, like type of prayer church type of thingy. So I will just also stay praying for all of you and have a wonderful night, and God bless you. So Merry Christmas.
Merry
I don't know if you
Christmas.
want.
God
Yes.
bless you.
All
Thank you
right.
so
Merry
much.
Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. God bless you.
Mm.
God bless
Merry
your health.
Christmas. Thank
All right.
you.
God bless your
Thank you.
health. God
Thank
bless
you.
you. All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Amen. God bless.